Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back, new fanfic. What if Naruto awakened the lost Senju bloodline and build large X harem with X Hinata, X Anko, X Kurenai, X Rin, and X Conan Part 1. Don't forget like, subscribe and share. Now let's start story. I say we put him through a strict and closely watched training program until he has full control of his abilities, then put him through the Clan Restoration Act, CRA, Homura said. I agree, and Danzo has the program that would be best for that, Kaharu said. I would agree with those two. He needs to be put into a training program as soon as possible, Fugaku said. Danzo smiled. I'm willing to take him into my program and have him trained. I'll even put him under the watchful eyes of Fugaku, he said. I'm against this motion. Yes, he has a great ability, but it's not worth him losing what little childhood he has just to train him to be an emotionless bastard like everyone else Danzo trains, Sum said. I agree with her, Hiyashi said. What proof do you have that people I train turn into emotionless bastards, as you put it? Danzo challenged. Itachi Uchiha is the first name that pops into my head, Sum replied. Danzo just sat down knowing he was beat there. The third sighed and closed his eyes. He will not be put through any special training program. Tenzo will start training him to use his Mokuten element once Naruto is out of the hospital, he said, ending the meeting. 2 hours earlier, a 5-year-old Naruto was sitting in his apartment all by himself with a couch in front of the door. He was used to spending his birthday by himself as he always did. He wished himself a happy birthday and laid down waiting for sleep to take him so he can dream about the birthday he always wanted. Next to Naruto was the training bow staff that the third got him for his 4th birthday. Every day since Naruto has been taught to use it by the third himself. Naruto clutched the bow staff and remembered the happiness he felt earlier when the third told him that he was a level 1 bow staff master and that he only had 4 more levels until he mastered the weapon. Standing outside Naruto's apartment was the shyest Hyuga, and quite possibly the shyest person ever in the history of people, Hinata Hyuga. She was holding a box that had her gift for Naruto in it, trying to get enough courage to knock on the door. After gathering enough courage, she reached out, and before the door opened she heard the sound of glass breaking and yelling from inside the apartment. Hearing her crush's screams, her courage went through the roof and she gathered chakra into her hand and hit the door lock, breaking it and pushing the door open. She ran into the apartment and saw 5 ninjas. All she guessed was Chunins. Clutching her present, she ran and threw herself over the injured and screaming Naruto. The ninjas, not seeing her in time, continued their attack, but before they hit them, the 2 5-year-olds they was protected by wood that jumped out of the floor and surrounded the two. The ninjas was also thrown into the wall by a pissed-off Anko, Kurenai, and Hokage. Anko had her poisonous snakes coming out ready to attack when she was stopped. No, Anko, I can't afford to give the elders a reason to execute you. You're too skilled and talented to watch die for these bastards, the third said. Come on, just one. Anko was eyeing the one in front of her with a look that promised a slow and quite painful death. No, Anko. The third then snapped his fingers and an Anbu team was there. Take these ex-shinobis to prison, I will deal with them later, he said. Once they was gone, the 3 left turned to Naruto and was surprised to see him covered by wood. Kurenai walked up and knocked on it. Naru-chan, it's me, Kurenai, the bad people are gone, she said in a soothing voice. The wood slowly pulled back only enough for Naruto to peek out. Once he was sure that they was free, it all went back into the floor. Naru-chan, how did you do that with the wood? Kurenai asked. I don't know, it just happened, Naruto replied through his pain. Naruto, you have the ability to use Mokuten element. It was used by the first Hokage, the third said. Anko was thinking something different. Hinata Hyuga, she asked. The Hyuga turned and looked at them with a deep blush and a terrified look. Why are you here? It's after 9 at night. Do your Otusan know you're here? And what's in your hand? She asked. Hinata ducked under the questions. No, I snuck out, and this is for Naruto-kun. Today is his birthday, she stuttered badly. Naruto looked wide-eyed. You got me a present? He asked in shock. She just nodded. Well, don't make us wait, let him open it, Kurenai nudged her. Hinata slowly gave Naruto the box. Naruto tore it open like it would run away and looked at an orange outfit. This is the best gift ever, he said excited. He tried to get up to hug Hinata for the gift but stopped in pain. Itai, he yelled holding his ribs. Naruto-kun, Hinata panicked. Don't worry Hinata, we need to get him to the hospital, the third said. Anko grabbed Hinata while Kurenai grabbed Naruto and they followed the Hokage to the hospital. After firing 2 nurses and breaking a few ribs of a doctor, Naruto was in a room unconscious on a bed. Will you stay here to make sure he receives proper care? The third asked. Of course, but what about Hinata? Anko asked. I'll take her with me. Hiyashi is going to be at the meeting later today. She will go home with him, the third said, grabbing Hinata's shoulder and going puff with her. 30 minutes later, Naruto was healed, the best that the head doctor was willing to do. Anko and Kurenai knew that Kyuubi healed him while he slept, so they let him off with a few bruises and missing teeth. They pulled the other bed over to the one that Naruto was in. Since he wasn't connected to any tubes or anything like that, they put him between the two and went to sleep. Naruto subconsciously snuggled into the Takunoichis. They both smiled and let sleep take them. Present time. Jumping into the window that Naruto, Anko, and Kurenai was sleeping in, a kunoichi looked at the three and wondered how she would make this work without waking the two. Before she could do anything, she was pinned against the wall by a few snakes. Anko and Kurenai got out the bed with kunais ready. Why the hell are you sneaking into our room? Anko asked. And who are you? Kurenai added. The kunoichi tried to raise her hand but was stopped by another snake, shot out and stuck its teeth into the wall with her arm in its mouth. Anko reached up and grabbed the mask. The kunoichi they was looking at had purple rectangles under her eyes, long dark brown hair, and bright green eyes. I'm Rin, I was taught by Minato along with Kakashi, she said. Anko got over her shock. Everyone thought you was dead, she said. I bet Kakashi told you that, Rin said. Well anyway, why are you here now? Kurenai asked. I'm here with his Obasan. It's a long story, but she wanted to take him away from this village and train him with love like he should have been receiving, Rin told them. I have an Obasan, they heard. The three looked over at Naruto and saw him struggling to sit up. Naru-chan, don't move, you're not healed yet, Anko and Kurenai yelled, running to him, forgetting about Rin. Ni-chan's I'm fine really. I want to know more about my Obasan though, Naruto said. Rin walked over to them. If it's okay with you two, I can heal him, she said. Anko and Kurenai moved to the other side of Naruto without question and watched as she healed Naruto. Now about your Obasan, she is pretty pissed she was never told you was alive, she said. What's her name? Naruto asked. Konan Uzumaki. She is the youngest sister of Kushina Uzumaki, your cousin. They was split up during the Third War and have been looking for each other since. Kushina sent me out to find her. Once I told her about you being born and that Kushina would send word for her to come. Once Kyuubi was defeated, we traveled the shinobi world together. When he got wind of a blonde Jinchuriki, we both headed this way. We asked around about him, and as soon as someone said, Naruto Uzumaki needs to die, Konan almost quite literally went on a rampage. I convinced it would be better to train you away from the village, Rin told them. So she is waiting on me? Naruto asked. Yup. She gave me 10 minutes to get you from the hospital before she destroyed it to get you herself, Rin said. Naruto looked at Kurenai and Anko. Can they come? He asked. Rin smiled while shrugging. It's their decision, she said. I'm coming, Anko said automatically. You can't get rid of us that easy, Kurenai said. Kurenai picked Naruto up and the three kunoichis jumped out the window and headed towards the village wall where Konan was waiting. Rin, I asked you to retrieve my nephew, not kunoichis, she said. I did. He asked them to come with us and they agreed, Rin said. Fine, let's just go already before I kill the next person I see, Konan said. Wait, I'll be right back, Anko said and vanished. She returned a few seconds later with a sleeping Hinata. Sorry, but I couldn't leave her behind. It would kill her waking up and not knowing where Naru-chan is, she said. The next day, Hiyashi stormed into the Hokage's office waving a scroll in front of the third. What the hell is this? Who the hell have my daughter? He bellowed angrily. The third sighed and showed him the same letter for Naruto. I don't know, Naruto is missing also, so is Kurenai and Anko, but this letter said they will write as soon as they get the chance. At least we know they are in good hands, and the Byakugan won't be stolen, the third said. The Byakugan? Screw the Byakugan, my daughter is missing, do you understand that? I don't care what happens to the Byakugan, I want my daughter, Hiashi bellowed again. The third blinked. When did you get so protective of Hinata? I thought she was too weak, he asked. Hiashi looked murderous. That has absolutely nothing to do with my daughter being missing, he said. The third sighed. All right, Jiraiya and Tsunade, and let them know what happened and ask them to keep an eye out for the two, he said. I expect to hear their reply as soon as it arrives. Hiashi then left. The third sighed and looked at his letter again. Outside of Hai no Kuni, Hinata finally woke up. Hinata stretched and looked around. Where am I? She asked. So you finally woke up? She heard a familiar voice. Breakfast is ready, the voice said again. Hinata rubbed the sleep out of her eyes and looked. Anko-san, why am I here? Why are you here? Where is here? Is the village in danger? She asked. Anko laughed. No, Hina, the village is fine. We are a few miles away from Konoha. Why you ask? Because of what happened yesterday. Naru-chan almost died, then unlocked his Kekkei Genkai to protect you. And his Obasan finally found out he was alive and was damned if he would stay in the village, so we came with him. I brought you because I figured you would want to be with him also, she said. Hinata nodded, taking everything in. She sat next to Anko and took the food and ate while thinking. I'm away from home with Naruto-kun. She blushed. He has an Obasan, that's good, I'm happy for him. She took a bite of her rabbit meat. Then something hit her. I thought his family was dead, she said. Everyone did. Me and Kushi-chan was private about our family. We was the last two in our family, Konan said from across Hinata, looking at the sleeping Naruto. Hinata looked at her, then followed her eyes to Naruto and giggled. He is so cute the way he sleep, she unknowingly said out loud. Yes, he is cute the way he sleep, Anko said. Hinata blushed. I said that out loud, she stuttered. You're going to have to get over that stuttering, Konan said. Rin smacked her in the head. Leave her alone, not everyone has seen the things we have, she is just scared, she said. Konan rubbed the spot that Rin smacked and glared. Hinata giggled. You two act like Anko-san and Kurenai-san, she while still giggling. Kurenai swallowed the last of her food. Well, now since we only have to wait of Naru-chan, let's start a training schedule for those two, she said. I agree that we should, but we need to find Tsunade since she is his cousin, by a few generations, and Jiraiya since he is Naru-chan's godfather, Konan said. Wait, they knew about Naruto-kun but didn't raise him, why? Hinata asked with stutter. Because they was denied so many time from helping him that they both vowed not to return to the village until Naruto was a genin, that way they could train him the way they wanted, Kurenai said. Naruto finally woke up and crawled over into Anko's lap, burying his face into her womanhood while trying to get a few precious minutes of sleep. Kurenai and Anko smiled. Hinata blushed. Rin and Konan tried not to laugh at the look on Hinata's face. Anko rubbed Naruto's back. Now Naru-chan, you're too young to be that forward, she teased. Naruto immediately shot up and was on the other side of camp with a blush that was on its way to passing Hinata's worst blush. Ni-chan, what are you talking about? I was trying to sleep, he stuttered. You sure? I think I felt something moist touching my skin, she continued to tease. Naruto went wide-eyed and passed out. The four kunoichis burst out laughing. Hinata looked worried at Naruto. Kurenai shook Naruto. Naru-chan, she was just teasing you, she said. After everyone had ate and washed in the spring they headed off again. Naruto, did Rin tell you about me? Konan asked. Well, she told me you was my Obasan and was separated from my cousin during the Third War and you was waiting on her to send you a letter to come see me, Naruto answered. Okay. First off, my name is Konan Uzumaki. You can call me Konan, Obasan, or Ni-chan, she was interrupted. What about cousin? Naruto asked, looking at her. Konan looked surprised at him. If you want to, she said. I do. I think cousin would be happy for me to call you cousin, Naruto said. Well, you can call me Kasen, she smiled. Conan, you was telling him about yourself, Rin reminded her. Oh right. Well, I'm the Imouto of Kushi-chan, she taught me everything I know and most of what she knows. I can use Kami Origami no Jutsu, you should be able to use them also. I'm mainly a wind type like Kushi-chan, but I can also use the other elements pretty easy except Raiden, which uses more chakra than the other elements. I spent the last 5 years traveling and training with Rin. We both have become quite the team. She specializes in medics while I'm more sealing. I'm 21, exactly 5 years younger than Kushi-chan. I think that's everything, she said. Wow, can you teach me to use Kami Origami? Naruto asked, bouncing around. Yup. That's one reason I took you from the village, Conan said. That and you was about to go on a rampage that only Kushina have ever been able to stop, Rin mumbled. Can I learn medics? Hinata quietly stuttered. Of course you can, Rin said cheerfully. Conan went into her pouch and pulled out a scroll. Here, pick out a weapon to learn first, but no, before you two become a genin you will know how to use all them, she said. Naruto looked at them. Gigi said I'm a level 1 bow staff master already, he said. Conan nodded. Well, pick the bow staff, each weapon has 5 levels to master. We will work on each for hours a day to increase the speed you learn at, she said. Why not have them use Kage Bushin? Anko asked. Conan shrugged. I didn't think of that, she said. Hinata looked at the weapons and picked up a fancy and harmless looking Chinese sword. I want to learn this weapon first, she said. Well, before you two start you need to increase your chakra to use Kage Bushin without any problems, Kurenai said. For the last few hours Naruto and Hinata was made to run up and down the nearby trees in order to increase their chakra and control. By lunchtime Hinata wasn't able to stand on her own. Naruto wasn't much better as he could barely stand. The two sat down and scarfed down their food, Hinata at a much slower and graceful pace than Naruto, but still like she hasn't ate in days. After lunch they headed off again, Conan carrying Naruto and Kurenai carrying Hinata since it would be faster than letting them run themselves. By nightfall they arrived in Nami no Kuni. Rin went to get an hotel while the rest went to find a restaurant. Once they was done eating they went to a secluded area and started taijutsu training. Hinata started with snake style, Naruto started with dragon style, taught by Conan. The next morning, after more intense chakra training that involved walking on water and hungry snakes, they headed towards Mizu no Kuni. After a few hours of running across the ocean they finally reached land. They looked around. It looks like a war has been through here, Rin said. I heard something about a bloodline purge going on here, maybe they are fighting back instead of just letting the Mizukage kill them, Kurenai said. Let's look around, maybe we can help a few people, Rin said as the medic in her kicked in and wanted to help all she could. Conan shook her head at her. You and you're always wanting to help people, she mumbled. Rin smiled and grabbed Conan's and pulled her along while she still had Naruto on her back. Anko and Kurenai looked at each other and shrugged and walked behind them. Kurenai looked at Rin and Conan happily hold hands as if nothing mattered and peeked over at Anko who was watching them hold hands. Kurenai slowly reached out and grabbed Anko's hand, surprising her. As the group walked they came across a girl that looked to be a year or two older than Naruto and Hinata. Rin walked over to the hut she ducked in when she noticed them. Excuse me, why are you alone? She asked. The girl backed up from Rin. Stay back, we'll use my hideout and if you try anything, she said. Rin put her hands up. Don't worry, I'm a medic nin, I want to help you, she said. How do I know you won't try and kill me like Otusan did? She asked. What? Conan started but was quieted by a look from Rin. Don't worry, I will protect you with my life. You can travel with me and my family if you want, Rin said to the girl. She just moved further into the wall away from Rin. Hinata squirmed her way off of Kurenai's back and slowly walked over to the girl. Hello, I'm Hinata Hyuga, what's your name? She said with a stutter. Haku, the girl replied with a stutter. Hinata smiled. I think you should come with us, you won't have to be alone, she said, thinking about all the times she wished she could talk to Naruto like this. Haku looked at them then back to Hinata. You promise they won't try and hurt me? She asked. Hinata nodded. I will protect you, you're my friend, she said. Friend really, I only ever had a friend, Haku said. Hinata grabbed her hand and led her to the others. You have two now, she said. Well, that was unexpected, and I must say it was rather sweet, Conan whispered to Rin, who just nodded. Naruto happily walked over to Hinata. Hinata, who is your friend? He asked rather loudly. This is Haku-san, Hinata replied with a stutter and blush. Hi Haku, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, he said, holding out his hand. Haku looked at it, then at Hinata, who nodded to her. I'm Haku, she shook his hand. Well, now let's see if you're injured, Rin said, going through some hand signs. Haku saw her hands turn green and backed behind Hinata. When she noticed Rin not hurting her but healing her, she relaxed. Once Rin was finished, she smiled. Well, now that your minor wounds are healed, let's get going, she said. Naruto climbed back on Conan's back while Hinata climbed on Kurenai's. Haku looked around and slowly approached Rin and climbed on her back. So what now? We can't stay here if they are killing people for no reason, Anko asked. I agree, Conan said. Haku, is there another clan in this village? Kurenai asked. Haku thought for a moment. Yes, but they are vicious and like killing each other. The Kagaya clan. I have a friend in that clan, though she might want to come with us, she finally said. Well, to the Kagaya clan estate it is, Conan said. They quickly crossed the village and saw that most of the Kagaya clan was dead or dying. Haku jumped of Rin and ran over to a secret hideout and pushed her chakra into a rock. Kirei, she yelled. A small girl crawled out the hideout with blood running down her face. Haku, I'm glad I saw you before I died. She then dropped flat on her face. Haku screamed, but Rin was already going through hand signs to save the young Kagaya's life. 5 hours later on Nagi Island. Kirei woke up with a headache. She moaned out while sitting up. Am I in heaven? She asked herself. Kirei, Haku yelled while tackling her best friend in a hug. Itai Haku, that hurts, Kirei complained. Haku-chan, you have to let Kirei-chan recover before you be so rough with her, Rin laughed. Sorry Kirei, Haku said. What happened? Where am I? Kirei asked. Well, we saved you from dying. If it wasn't for Haku going to your hideout, you would have died a lonely death, Conan said. Well, thank you, Kirei said. No thanks needed, but do you want to travel with us? Conan asked. You the ones who saved me, I will be honored to travel with you, Kirei replied. Good, you will join our training when you recover, Rin said. Kurenai walked in with a few bags. I bought dinner, she announced. Did you buy ramen? Naruto asked, hopping from foot to foot in front of Kurenai. Everyone in the room laughed at him. Kirei did it with some pain though. No Naru-chan, you have to eat other things besides ramen, Kurenai said. As they was about to start eating, there was a knock on the door. Kurenai walked over to it. Yes, she asked, opening it, and was shocked. Sorry for the intrusion, but I sensed by Itoko in here. Can I see him? Tsunade asked a gaping Kurenai. She just nodded and moved to the side for Tsunade and Shizune. Tsunade walked into the room. Naru-chan, she said slowly. Naruto looked up and saw Tsunade and immediately jumped up and ran to her. Itoko, he yelled, jumping into her arms. Tsunade caught the small boy easily and hugged him tightly while kissing him on the top of his head. I missed you so much, my little Naru-chan, she said with tears in her eyes. I missed you to Itoko, he replied with his face in her chest. How long has it been, Su-sama? Shizune asked as Naruto jumped from Tsunade into Shizune's arms. Far too long for my liking. How have you been, Naru-chan? Tsunade replied. Well, Gigi started to teach me to use a bow staff when I was 4. I'm a level 1 master, can you believe that? He said excitedly. I'm happy for you, Naru-chan, but what else happened in those 3 years I was gone? Tsunade asked. Well, Naruto stopped and fidgeted, not wanting to tell her. Well, since Naru-chan don't like talking about it, I'll fill everyone in, except Hinata and Kurenai, Anko said. Once everyone had their attention on Anko, she started. Well, since Tsunade left, the council have tried multiple times to have Naru-chan executed. Danzo tried to get him into his training or brainwashing program, as I call it. Kakashi Tem, who by the way for those who don't know he was trained by Naru-chan's Otusan, have not even made an attempt to keep Naru-chan safe. The only friends Naru-chan has are those here now and the third who is like a grandfather to him. Also he has been beaten by the villagers and a few chunins almost every day for the last 3 years. Also he was almost killed more times than any of us want to remember, she told everyone. Tsunade, Shizune, Rin, and Konan was pissed all fighting the urge to march to Konoha and kill a few thousand people for how they treated Naruto. Haku, Hinata, and Kirei looked like they was about to cry. Eventually Tsunade calmed herself enough to talk. Well Naru-chan and ladies, I hope you like medics because I'm putting you 4 through the toughest medic and chakra training you will ever go through, she said. What Itoko, why do I have to learn medics? Naruto complained. Because I said so, and Kushina was a pretty damn good medic in her own right and I'll be damned if her son doesn't learn it, Tsunade said, leaving no room for Naruto to argue with what she said. Haku, you need to pick out a weapon to train with. Once you master it you will go on to the next weapon. Kirei, I'm going to assume that you know how to use your bloodline to make weapons, Konan said. Yes, I can make almost any weapon. Our clan starts early on learning our bloodline since it's the only weapon we use, Kirei replied. Good. Since I'm teaching Naru-chan dragon style and Anko is teaching Hinata snake style, who will teach Haku and Kirei? Konan asked. I'll start Haku on medic style, Shizune said. I'll start Kirei on crane style, Kurenai said. I'll teach them the book crap and other things like that they need to know, but I'm assuming that once they learn the style they will rotate to learn the other style, Tsunade guessed. Correct. They are going to be the most well-rounded team ever, Konan said. Tsunade smiled. Well kids, better be ready for hell because you just entered it and the only way out is through hard work and outstanding teamwork, she said. The 4 kids just groaned while imagining the pain they would be put through. In Konoha, Hiyashi rushed into the Hokage's office. Did you find out anything? He asked. Yes Hiyashi, they are with Tsunade training. She said that if you want you can send scrolls on the Byakugan and Jiyuken for Hinata, but it's completely up to you, the third said. Hiyashi let out a breath. Is she hurt? Hiyashi asked. From the letter I received she is in perfect health, and is being put through a very demanding physical training session with Naruto and 2 others to prepare them for their real training, the third said. Hiyashi nodded. I'll bring a copy of a few scrolls for her to learn. He then walked out. On Nagi Island, the 4 kids was laid out on the ground trying to catch their breath. Naruto had always thought Shizune was the sweetest and nicest person and had no mean bone in her body, but after what she just put them through he was rethinking his opinion of her. Her physical training, the 7 layers of hell the 4 kids called it, consisted running 5 miles with boulders on their back, ungodly amounts of push-ups and sit-ups, 100 punches and kicks to a padded tree, more boulder running except this time with smaller boulders and on water, dodging kunais, shurikens, paper weapons, rocks, and anything else the adults could find and throw at great speeds without moving their feet, and not to mention waking up at the god-forsaken hour of 5 in the morning. I mean, really, who wakes up at that time just to go through this hell? Naruto thought. Okay, enough rest, Shizune piped up. What, but we didn't even have a full 10 minutes, they all complained. Shizune glared at the 4. She actually glared. This shocked the 4 greatly. I set up now, she said in her commander voice. They all jumped up. From what they knew, Shizune was so sweet and nice that she never talked with that kind of tone, so they didn't want to know what would happen if they didn't listen. Shizune walked in front of them. Now we need to work more on your chakra reserve and stamina so you all can use Kage Bushin to increase the rate at which you train. Get on the water and lay down, face up Naru-chan, until I tell you training is over, she told them. The 4 ran over to the water and laid down, finding it hard to stay atop at first, but slowly they started to figure out how to do it. Tsunade walked up to Shizune. I'll watch them. The other wanted you to join them for personal training, she said. Okay Su-sama, Shizune replied. Stop calling me that please Shizune, Tsunade said. Okay Su-chan, Shizune giggled. Tsunade just shook her head at her apprentice. Shizune found the other 4 in another training area a few miles from the one Sei had the kids at. Hey, she said. Shizune, how is training going? Kurenai asked. Well, if I keep pushing them this hard, I predict the girls will be able to use at least 3 cage bushins in a month, Shizune replied. Great, then we can start the real training, Conan said. Yup. Now let's start our spars. I haven't had a good fight in so long, Rin said. 4 hours later, Shizune sat up off the ground panicked. Oh no, I forgot to tell Su-chan when to let them off the water, she said, and ran back to the training ground with the other 4 behind her. They all arrived in the training area to see Tsunade and the 4 kids sleep. I thought they would still be on the water, Shizune said, letting out a breath. Anko looked at her watch. Time for weapon practice, she said. After a few snakes and 4 alert kids and a smirking Anko, she started. How was your sleep? She asked. Not long enough, Naruto said. Too bad. Time for weapons training, Anko said. Conan then threw a scroll to the 4 of them. Those are the 5 levels for the weapons you are learning. Hina, Haku, and Kirei, you each start level 1. Naru-chan, you start level 2 inches, she said. Don't forget, if you need any help, ask us, Kurenai said. A month later, Hinata was able to make 3 cage bushins and still have enough chakra left for what she needed to do. Haku was able to make 4, Kirei was able to make 6, while Naruto couldn't make less than 10, so he was limited to that number, while the others had to keep as many made as they could. Naruto had to use 8 of his cage bushins to work on chakra control so he wouldn't get too far ahead. Hinata used 1 clone to help her with level 1 of the Chinese sword, while the other 2 started level 2. Haku used 1 clone to help her with level 1, while 2 started level 2, and the last went to work on increasing her reserves. Kirei did the same, except she sent 3 to work on her reserves. They was traveling towards Cha no Kuni as they all got dizzy from being on an island for so long. Hinata's birthday. As the group arrived in Cha no Kuni, Hinata spoke up. My birthday is next week, she stuttered out. Everyone looked at her. Really, now that's good to know, Tsunade said while thinking what to get the 5-year-old. Anything specific you want? Conan asked. Hinata thought. I used to help my cousin in our garden when she was still alive, Hinata said. The 4 was given the week off from training because of Hinata's birthday. On her birthday, Hinata woke up to find that she was all alone in the hotel room. She slowly washed and got dressed and went to the cafe in the hotel for breakfast. She saw everyone else, but they ran away before she had the chance to approach them. She wanted to run after them, but her growling stomach had other plans. She walked up to the counter and looked over the food. She grabbed a plate and loaded it with eggs, toast, bacon, sausage, jam, and sweet buns, and ate in while wondering why everyone avoided her for the past 2 days. Naruto was running around the town looking for the perfect present for Hinata. Coming from 3 pretty rich clans, he had enough money to buy anything but didn't want anything. He wanted the perfect gift. He walked into a rather large clothing accessories store and looked around. He walked up to the counter. Excuse me, can you help me? He said to the lady. She looked over the counter. Sorry, but kids are not allowed in here without a parent, she told him. What, but this is important, Naruto said. Sorry, get an adult and I'll be happy to help you, but without one you're not allowed in company policy, she said. It's fine, he is with me, Anko said, walking from where she was. Naruto looked at her. Ni-chan, I didn't see you over there, he said. Anko shrugged. Hurry up and get what you need so we can get back to the hotel, she said. Naruto looked at the lady. She looked between Anko and Naruto. The kunoichi tilted her head in a way that dared her to try and kick him out. Right, what can I help you with? She asked. Well, it's my best friend's birthday, and she turns 5, but I don't know what to get her, he said. The lady nodded and led him through the rows of merchandise. Well, what's her favorite color? She asked. Lavender. Is that a color? Naruto answered. So light purple, the lady said. She then went through the clothes. Here, she should like this. It's made light for moving, she said. Okay, I'll get it, Naruto said. They walked to the counter. Where is your Ni-chan so she can pay for it? The lady asked. I'm paying. He then pulled out some money and gave it to the lady. She looked shocked, then scanned the clothes and bagged them, giving Naruto his bags. She watched him grab his stuff and start to leave. Anko walked up. Hold on, I didn't see you give him his change, she said. I put it in the bag, she said nervously. Anko took the bag and checked it. I don't see any money in here, she said looking at the lady. He must have taken it out then, she said. A snake flew out of Anko's arm and slammed the lady into the wall behind her. Don't fuck with me or Naru-chan. Now where is his change, she hissed. An younger lady who looked Anko's age ran up. What's going on, she almost yelled. She is trying to steal from him, and I want the change. She own Naru-chan now or I will make sure she dies slowly and painfully, Anko said. The younger lady looked at the older lady. Yuki, get your things, you're fired, she said. What, please, I need this job, I can't support my son without it, she started to cry. I gave you 3 chances already, and if I remember correct your son is old enough to get a job himself. Now get out of my store before I call the police, the store owner replied. Anko dropped her and she ran out. Sorry, now what was bought so I can give you the correct change, she asked. Later that night everyone but Hinata was standing outside the door with their gifts in hand. Tsunade also had some cake and ice cream. Shizune walked in the room and busied Hinata with a random quiz on the medic stuff Tsunade had taught her. Shizune made sure that Hinata's back was towards the door, and once everyone was in the room they took a breath. Happy birthday Hinata, they yelled. Hinata jumped and quickly spent around and saw all the presets and cake. She smiled. Wow, she said. Once they ate the cake and ice cream they gave Hinata her presents. From Naruto she got a pair of purple pants, a purple shirt, and purple coat like Anko's. Tsunade got her a mini travel garden and a scroll she could keep it in. Kurenai got her all types of seeds, some lavender-smelling candles. Kirei got her a set of kunais and shurikens. Haku got her some senbons in a book called 1000 Plants and 10,000 Ways to Use Them. Anko got her a chakra-enhanced necklace that had a picture with all of them in it. Conan got her a Chinese sword since she liked the practice one so much. Rin got her a few jutsu scrolls. Shizune a book called How to Be a Deadly Kunoichi but Still Gentle to Those You Love. Hinata looked at all her presents and hugged everyone. 3 months later. After months of training it was noticeable how much strides the 4 kids made. Each girl was able to create 10 perfect clones and use them for training. Hinata surprised the most at how fast she learned medics and increased her reserve to catch up with Kirei and Haku. The adults also noticed a little competition between the 3 girls, seeing who can learn and grow stronger faster. Naruto was making more strides in sealing and learning manners and things like that he missed out on. They all advanced in their family bloodlines. Hinata activated her Byakugan and learned the first 4 levels of Jiyuken. Naruto learned level 2 of Kami Origami. He couldn't start learning Mokuden basics because he didn't have any scrolls to learn from. Haku learned to control her Hyout and more. Kirei learned the 5th level of her Kagaya bloodline. They stopped a few miles outside of Konoha where they was meeting Jiraiya with the scrolls from the Senju compound for Naruto to learn from. They all was now extremely comfortable around each other, and with Rin and Conan being a couple and Kurenai and Anko being a couple. They was also used to seeing the 4 Kiss-R walk around with nothing but panties and bra on. Kurenai, Anko, and Rin of course teased the kids. Conan teased the girls but not Naruto for obvious reasons. This didn't go without a consequence because the kids started to show signs of perversion, especially Naruto peeping in on everyone except Tsunade and Conan while they showered or bathed, which by the way everyone knew about, but since he didn't do it out in public they didn't say anything, and the adults even went out of their way to keep the door cracked for him. The 3 girls peeped on the adults but not as much as Naruto, just when their curiosity got the best of them, which wasn't more than once or twice a month. Jiraiya arrived at the meeting area and introduced himself, Toad and Stupid Dance and all its glory. This of course resulted in the kids really doubting that he was a senin after noting how serious Tsunade was out in public, but once he got the crap beat out of him by Tsunade, for staring at her, and got up like nothing happened, they put their doubts behind them. Once that was done they started to travel again. This time they added ninjutsu training to their regime. Jiraiya of course being the ninjutsu juggernaut he was immediately gave Hinata, Naruto, and Kirei chakra paper to start them on their element training. Hinata was Sweden and Raiden, Kirei was Kaden and Sweden, Naruto was Fuden, Doden, and Sweden. Haku told him her elements was Fuden and Sweden. Jiraiya nodded. You all are Sweden, not really surprising since 2 of you are from Kiri. Naruto's bloodlines uses Sweden, and Hinata's Kasen was a Sweden user, he said. So you can train them in every element? Kurenai asked. No, we have to go to Kumo to find someone to train Hinata in Raiden, but I can train them in everything else, Jiraiya said. Well, let's head there now. Element training will take a few years and I'm tired of constantly moving around, Tsunade said. Fine with me, Konan said. Wait, wasn't there a report that Kumo tried to steal the Byakugan a few months ago? Jiraiya asked. I wrote to Sensei about it. He said that it was a rouge group of Kumo nins who all was banished from the country for their radical acts and experiments, Tsunade said. So with that the group left Hai no Kuni and went to Kaminari no Kuni. After a few weeks of traveling they arrived at the gate. Hello, what can I help you with? The guard asked. Can we see the wreckage? Jiraiya answered. Sure, follow me. He took them to the tower. Once inside, the wreckage greeted them. How can I help you? She asked. Well, we have a student whose element is Raiden and no one to train her. I was wondering if there was a way she could get trained here, Jiraiya said. The wreckage thought for a minute. Well, I am working with the Hokage to get an agreement between our villages. How about I let a Junin travel with you and train her? She asked. That will work, Jiraiya said. One moment please. The wreckage pushed a button. Yugito, can you please come to the office? She asked. I'll be there in a minute, they heard. A few minutes later an Anbu appeared in the room via Shunshin no Jutsu. You wanted me, wreckage? She asked. Yes, Yugito, I have a mission for you, she said. She pointed behind Yugito. These group of shinobi are travelers from Konoha. I'm assuming they are on a training trip, but one of them can use Raiden element but have no one to train them. I want you to travel with them and train this person. You will stay with them until they return to their village. This mission will be part of the working agreement we are setting up with Konoha, she said. Yugito turned and eyed each of them. Okay, I'll take the mission, she said. Good. You leave whenever they are ready, the wreckage said. Itoko, I'm hungry, can we eat before we leave? Naruto said. Yes, Naru-chan, we will eat before we leave, Tsunade said, rolling her eyes. I'll show you around the village, Yugito offered, trying to be nice. Okay, but you know you can just be yourself, you don't have to be someone you're not, Konan said. Good. I hate acting likable for other people, Yugito said, walking out the door. Well, she is cute, Anko said when Yugito was out the room. I heard that, Yugito yelled back. At a fancy restaurant a few hours later after sightseeing. Everyone was sitting down and looking at the menu. What, no ramen? Naruto complained loudly. No, this restaurant doesn't serve ramen, it's a foreign place, the owner is from over the mountains, but he serves this food called spaghetti. It has the same noodles as ramen but made in a different way and has this red sauce on it made out of different vegetables. It's pretty good, you should try it, Yugito said. What's a taco? Hinata asked. It's a flat bread made out of corn then hardened. Then they put meat, lettuce, cheese, and this sauce called ranch on them. They are good and healthy, Yugito said. What's beef stew? Kirei asked. It's a mixture of different meats and vegetables and brought to a boil in a broth. It's very good, Yugito said. Do this place sell sake? Tsunade asked. Not exactly. They have something called wine. It comes in different flavors and colors. It is basically the same thing except made in the West. I haven't tried it because I don't drink sake, Yugito said. What burger? Anko asked, sounding it out in a funny way. It's Yugito thought about it. It a piece of meat between two pieces of bread. It can come with vegetables on it, she finally said. And swimming chips? Kurenai asked. That is fish cooked in this oil and cut potatoes also cooked in oil. It's personally my favorite, Yugito said. I'll take a salad and taco, Haku said. I want to know what exactly a pizza, Jiraiya said. Well, that's just the dough before it becomes bread and it's spread out like you would a pie. Then you put sauce on it with cheese and anything else you want, then cook it, Yugito said. The next morning, Naruto woke up and noticed everyone was asleep except Yugito. He walked over and sat by her on the couch. Can you take me to that restaurant? I want to see if I can buy a recipe book from them for the food they serve. It was good, he asked. Sure, come on, Yugito said. They arrived at the restaurant and asked for the cook. How can I help you too? He asked. Sir, I ate here last night and it was the first time I ever ate food from another place and it was really good. Naruto was interrupted. You really liked it? I'm glad it makes me feel good that my hard work is liked, the cook said. Yes, it was good. I was wondering if I can buy a recipe book with the foods you serve in it. I will pay you. I'm the heirs to both the Uzumaki and Senju clan, Naruto said. The man nodded, thinking it over. Okay, you can buy a recipe book, he finally said, going to get a rather big book and putting it on the table. It made a slam noise from how big it is. Naruto looked at the book wide-eyed. That's huge, he said. It has every recipe I ever collected in it. I had to pay Junins to use a copy jutsu so I can have extra, the cook said. After paying the man, Naruto tried to pick the book up, but it was heavier than he thought. Eventually Yugito picked up the book and they walked to the hotel. They walked in and everyone turned and looked at them. Naruto, Namikaze, Senju, Uzumaki, where did you go? Who gave you permission to leave and why the hell did you not leave a note? Do you know how worried I was? Konan demanded as soon as he walked in the room. Sorry, Kasen, he said. That's not answering my question, Konan said. He asked me to take him back to the restaurant so he can buy a recipe book from him, Yugito said, showing them the book. Konan eyed the book, then Naruto, you're lucky, don't leave like that again. I was ready to destroy this village to find you, she said. And I would have been right there with her, Tsunade said. Naruto scratched the back of his head and smiled. Sorry, Kasen Itoko, he said. That's a mighty big book, Jiraiya said. I couldn't even pick it up, Naruto said. Jiraiya pulled out a medium-sized scroll. I foresee Naruto collecting recipe books from a lot of restaurants, so I will store them all in this scroll, he said as he finished creating the seal for the book. In Konoha, Funu's Uchiha was walking around the Uchiha district by herself. Being a direct descendant of Madara, she was treated like royalty by everyone in the clan and it annoyed her. Instead of praising her for how hard she trained, they praised her for things that happened decades before she was born. And having the long hair and some facial appearance of Madara didn't help. She was the youngest living Uchiha, only 5 years old, but she was already predicted by the clan elders to be a prodigy. As she thought about that, it pissed her off even more. They never even saw my fight, or train for that matter. How do they know I'm going to be a prodigy, she thought. In short, everyone in the clan was starting to annoy her. Her parents died on a mission, and instead of treating her like they would any other Uchiha orphan, they treated her like she was queen of the world. She quickly developed an attitude that said, with me and I'll hurt you even if I am only 5 feet, and a few times she went through on that to one. Sasuke Uchiha, the boy closest to her age, only a year older, after he kept asking for her hand in marriage. Honestly, I'm 5 years old, why the hell would I think about marrying anyone, let alone someone who can't beat me, she thought angrily. Her mental rant on how pissed off she was at the Uchiha clan was interrupted. Funu, dinner's ready, her guardian said. Yes, Miss Makoto, Funu replied kindly to the older woman. Funu, why am I the only one who you don't talk to as if you hate them? Makoto asked. You're the only one who don't treat me as if I'm some kind of princess. You treat me the same as you do every other Uchiha kid, like a kid, Funu said. Makoto smiled, because you are a kid in my eyes, but to everyone else you are the princess of the Uchiha clan, she said. Why, I don't want to be a princess, I want to be just Funu and create my own path. I hate how everyone thinks they have to give me everything, Funu said. I know you do, sweetie, but you only have to put up with it for a few more years until you get on a genin team, Makoto said. A year later, Hinata, Naruto, Haku, and Kirei grew stronger during the past year to the point that they all was able to do basic jutsus in their element. Yugito grew to actually like the group and even joined in teasing the kids by walking around in only her panties and bra. Of course, she was introduced to Naruto's peeping. She of course locked the door at first but eventually started to enjoy teasing him while she showered or bathed. Jiraiya started to write books based on the group and used the money for the group since the book was about them after all. Yugito and Shizune even changed their clothes so that all the ladies except Tsunade and the kids was wearing some type of kunoichi made dress. The kids all became 5-level masters in 3 weapons each and was currently working on their 4th. They all also was working on mastering their 3rd taijutsu style. Hinata was working on higher level Juyuken and main family techniques. Haku was constantly creating new jutsus and uses for her bloodline. Kirei used her bloodline for everything possible. She even created a jutsu that allowed her to make her bones in the shape of kunais and shurikens. Naruto mastered a few levels of both his bloodlines. They all became good medics. Hinata and Haku clearly outshined Naruto and Kirei, but they knew enough to make Tsunade happy. In sealing is where Naruto and Kirei outshined Hinata and Haku, but Naruto clearly showed that he was well above the skill of someone his age should be in sealing. They each had a seal on their hand that held their favorite weapon in it. For Hinata it was the Chinese sword she got for her 6th birthday. For Haku it was a Zanpakuto she got for her 9th birthday. For Naruto it was a gunblade that Konan got for his 7th birthday. For Kirei it was a death scythe, the only weapon she couldn't make out of her bones. It was given to her on her 8th birthday. At the moment the Naruto was peeping through a hole he put in a fence that separated the girls' and boys' baths. The girls was used to him doing this, but Hinata, Kirei, and Haku still was shy about him seeing them uncovered. Anko smirked and went in front of the hole and bent over. Like what you see, she asked, waving her butt in front of the hole. Naruto fell back unexpectedly from blood loose at being so close to Anko's butt. Jiraiya laughed. I think you killed him, Anko, he said. I don't see why he faints, he see it every day, Anko said. Maybe it's the context you show I'm in and the fact that he was caught, Tsunade said. Naruto came to in the hotel room. You finally woke up, Anko said, standing over him in only her panties and bra. Naruto just started at her with a blush. You know if you move any closer you will kiss it, she teased. Anko, Naruto complained, blushing harder. Anko just laughed and walked away. Anko, will you get dressed, we have to leave soon, Konan said. Anko looked at her. You're not even dressed, she pointed out. Yes, I'm getting my clothes, and I'm also not teasing Naru-chan, Konan said. That's because he is your nephew. That would be gross if you teased him like I do, Anko pointed out. The group arrived in Suna a few days after arriving in the country. Tsunade and Jiraiya went to get a hotel while everyone else went to the park. Hinata, Naruto, Kirei, and Haku immediately ran to play like the kids they was. As they was pushing each other on the swing when they noticed a commotion by a nearby school. They walked over to see what was happening and saw a boy grab a ball without any hand signs from a building, and of course Naruto wanted to know who the boy was. Hey, that was so cool, how did you do that? What's your name? I'm Naruto. Are you a shinobi? Because I'm training to be one. Before he could continue, Haku formed an ice block over his mouth. You will have to excuse Naru-kun, he gets excited when he sees someone do a jutsu. By the way, I'm Haku, she said. I'm Hinata, Hinata said. Kirei said. Everyone blinked at them. Do you know who you're talking to? He is a monster. He is dangerous. He will kill you if you talk to him, some students yelled. Before they could move, Kirei, Hinata, Haku, and Naruto looked at the students with a motionless face and deadly eyes from all the stories from how Naruto was treated in Konoha and how Yugito was treated as a kid in Kumo because of the demons they have sealed in them. Hinata was the first to speak and did so with absolutely no emotion in her voice. You condemn this boy who is our age for something you know nothing about, she started. How would you feel if everyone treated you differently just because of something you have no control over? Haku said. He should kill you for how you treat him, like he is worthless, Kirei said as her family killing trait kicked in. You don't know how it feels to be treated as an outsider in your own village, to be forced to carry a burden without even giving your okay to it happening, Naruto said. The kids gulped and back up from the 4 scary-looking kids. Yugito walked up to them. Naruto, Haku, Hinata, and Kirei, what the hell are you doing? She asked. They treat this boy like he is a monster, Naruto said. Because he is a Jinchuriki, it's a way of life. There is nothing you can do to change how people treat him. All he can do is learn to ignore them and only focus on those who he consider his loved ones, Yugito said. But Naruto was cut off. No buts, now go play before I punish you 4 inches, she said. The 4 ran off and Yugito turned to the students. You should be lucky I decided to stop them, and just because we have demons sealed in us don't make us a demon, just a jailer. She then walked away. A blonde girl came running up. Gaara, you okay? I heard screaming and ran as fast as I could, she asked. Yes, Tamari, I'm fine. He thought about what the older blonde said. Tamari, how do you treat a loved one? He asked. Tamari blinked. Well, you care for them when they are sick, make sure they are not hurt, protect them, and help them get stronger. Why, Gaara? She asked. Are you my loved one? He asked. Of course I am. You're my Otudo and best friend. I will always love you, Tamari said. Will we grow strong together and protect each other? Gaara asked. Tamari put her arm around her Otudo's shoulder. Come on, Gaara, let's go eat. The school food winked at me, she said, leading him away from the students. She looked back over her shoulder at the 4 kids who stepped up and protected Gaara. I have to thank them, she thought. Later that night, Tamari found out what hotel they was staying at and ran there. After knocking on the room door, Yugito opened it. Hello, I'm Tamari. I wanted to thank those 4 kids who stood up for my Otudo thins morning, she said. Yugito nodded. They was just about to go to sleep, but I think we can squeeze you a few minutes, she said, letting her in. She went into a room. Naru, Hina, Kirei, Haku, someone wants to talk to you real quick, she said. They walked out the room and saw Tamari. Sorry for waking you, but I want to thank you for helping my Otudo Gaara this morning. Everyone treats him bad because he has Shukaku sealed in him. Don't worry, I have Kyuubi sealed in me and I was treated just like he is, Naruto said. Well, anyway, thank you. I'm Tamari, by the way, she replied. Well, I'm Naruto. This is Hinata, then Kirei, and finally Haku. We are all best friends, Naruto said. Nice to meet you all and I hope one day we can become friends, Tamari said. I think we will, Hinata said. Well, bye, Tamari said. Wait, Tamari, Naruto called out before she left. He went through some hand signs and out of the ground grew a G and a T with a tiny hole on the top. He gave it to Haku, who turned it into ice with her Hyouten Jutsu, then gave it to Kirei, who used a small Kaden Jutsu to melt the ice around it, then gave it to Hinata, who used a Sweeten Jutsu to cool it. After it was cooled, she gave it to Tamari. It's a sign of our friendship. As long as you have it, we will always be friends, Hinata said. Tamari looked amazed at it then. They was crystallized wood letters that burned with fire, and sparkled with ice. They was the most beautiful things she ever saw. She looked at the 4 and smiled. We will always keep them. She then ran out the room. Well, off to bed you 4 inches, Yugito said, pushing them into the other room. Hinata, Haku, and Kirei climbed in the bed while Naruto laid on the floor. Yugito shut the door and joined the other ladies in the second room. You all saw what they did? She asked. Yes, I don't think they realize it, but that gift they gave them has the power to tame the Biju. If Gaara wears it, there is a chance he might have enough control to sleep and live a more normal life, Tsunade said. I hope so. Life is hard enough being a Jinchuriki, Yugito said, sitting on the couch. In the middle of nowhere. 4 months after leaving, Suna Jiraiya was in the middle of training the 4 in ninjutsu with their ever-present 10 clones. He had them master all the jutsus they learned, to the point that it used less chakra than normal, before he would teach them another one. Of course, he taught Naruto the Rasengan as soon as he had the right control to do it. He in turn tried to teach it to the other 3 but failed so bad that Jiraiya stepped in and taught it to them. Tsunade made them write down every jutsu they learned down on a scroll in full detail. During their studies, Hinata became the political one of the group. She was slowly learning anything that had to do with politics, taking after Kurenai. Haku became the medic of the group. With Hinata focusing more on the political things, she stepped up and became the leading medic, taking after Tsunade and Shizune. Kirei was the smart-mouthed short-tempered kick weapons and poison expert of the group, taking after Anko in almost every way possible. Naruto was the carefree sarcastic sealer of the group and never took anything serious. He also had a smart reply for everything, just like Conan. He took after both Conan and Jiraiya. All the kids changed their outfits to match the adults. Naruto like Jiraiya, Hinata like Kurenai, Kirei like Anko, Haku like Tsunade. They was walking towards Kusa no Kuni after rumors of a giant reptile hunting people's homes. They traveled fast, mainly because Naruto and strangely enough Anko was excited to see a giant reptile, one that hopefully wasn't a snake, as Anko put it. So they crossed Hai no Kuni in a few hours and was on the outside of Kusa no Kuni. They saw that Kusa no Kuni was all but destroyed and there was 2 dragons walking around and another flying. What surprised them most though was the black and white blur that seemed to be fighting the 3 dragons, and losing. Naruto immediately ran to help this person. He quickly crossed the area and was able to run up the back of the biggest dragon and jump on the flying dragon before it flew up to high. Naruto Namikaze Senju Uzumaki, get back here now. Conan, Tsunade, Kurenai, Rin, Anko, and Shizune all yelled, running after him. Whoa! Naruto yelled, hanging on for his life. Get down here this minute, they yelled at him. The dragon did a few quick flips, making Naruto fall from the dragon and hitting the ground hard. Itai, that hurts, he complained. He looked at the thing in his hand. What's this? He asked himself. He opened it and read, this is the scroll for the dragon summoned. To sign it, prick your thumb and write your full name on the scroll in the next available spot, it said. He looked and saw 6 pissed off adults marching over to him, so he quickly pricked his thumb and signed, Naruto Namikaze Senju Uzumaki, on the scroll. After he finished, the 3 dragons puffed back to the summoning world. The 6 reached Naruto and by this time they was fuming. For that little stunt you just pulled 1,000 push-up and sit-ups, Shizune said. 50-mile run with hungry snakes, Anko said. Absolutely no jutsu of any kind, including sealing, Rin said. 6 months grounded, Conan said. A 10-page report on why what you did was the single stupidest thing I have ever seen, Tsunade said. And no peeping for a year, Kurenai said. Everyone else walked over to them. Well, Gaki, that was impressive, Jiraiya said. Pervert, do not encourage him, Tsunade said. Excuse me, the person who was fighting the dragon said. They looked at her. She reminded Anko of what Kurenai looked like when she was smaller, except with green hair and eyes. Half of her skin was white and the other half was black. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to say, although that was the stupidest thing I have ever seen, I have to give my thanks, she said. No problem, it was fun, Naruto said. The 6 still pissed off women glared at him. You're welcome, but why was dragons here? Tsunade asked. They was forced summoned, the girl said. Really, who would want to force summon a dragon? Conan asked. My Otusan Zetsu, she replied. Then why was you fighting them? Yugito asked. I was trying to send them back to the summoning realm, but 1 dragon is hard enough. 3 and it's almost impossible to hit them, she replied. But why? Anko asked. She shrugged. Let's just say I hate my Otusan for abandoning me, she told them. Well, since there isn't much of a home left, maybe you should travel with us, Naruto suggested. She looked at the group for a long time without saying nothing. Sure, I have nowhere else to go, she finally said. Don't Zetsu have large flytraps covering the upper half of his body? Jiraiya asked. Yes, only the men in our clan have those. They help control their cannibalistic tendencies. The women are more calm than the men, so we don't have them, she said. Well, I'm Hinata. The blonde idiot is Naruto. These 2 are Haku and Kirei, Hinata said. I'm Riri, she told them. 5 years later. After meeting Riri and her joining them on their travels and training, it was quickly realized that she was at least a few years ahead of the other 4 as far as training goes. But her personality was very reserved and she didn't like to talk to people she didn't consider her friends. She was 10, the same age as Kirei, and was able to use her bloodline with ease. Her element was Suiden and Doden due to her bloodline closely related to plants, which got her to notice Naruto because of his Mokuden ability being so similar to hers. She also showed them her lizard summon, making her the second of the kids who had a summon along with Naruto. During those 5 years, Hinata found a phoenix summon contract, Kirei found a hawk contract, and Haku found a panther contract. After Riri became close to the group, she started to notice Naruto's peeping habit that he had. She went to Kurenai about it and was told that he never goes further than peeping, and if she didn't like it, then tell him not to peep on her and he won't. She quickly told Naruto not to peep on her or he will be in more pain than he could imagine. They was sitting around a fire when Konan surprised them all. So how long until we go back to Konoha? She asked. They looked at her. Did you really ask that? You was ready to blow that village to smoke just a few years ago, Rin said. I know, but Kushi-chan wanted Naru-chan to become a shinobi there, and if I have any say in it, he will, Konan said. Well, we can go back now and enter them into the academy, Tsunade said. What more years of pointless studying? The blonde 11-year-old complained. It's only for a month, Naru-chan. Konan then turned to Tsunade. Well, they already finished everything we can give them right now. All they need to do is become a ninjas and we can train them in more things, especially Naru-chan because he can't learn the more complicated stuff in our bloodline until he become a genin, Konan said. The same with his Mokuden bloodline and Hinata Byakugan, so we will have to go back eventually, Tsunade said. Well, we are near Konoha, we could arrive there tomorrow, Jiraiya said. Riri, are you going to join the academy? Tsunade asked. I'm already a chunin, and I'm 15 inches, Riri replied. Oh right, I forgot. Let's get some sleep and we can go to the village tomorrow, Tsunade said. The next day at Konoha Gate. The group walked towards the gate. As they walked, Naruto got nervous from the last time he was in the village. You think they will try? And he left his question off. I want them to try. It will give me a reason to kill them, Konan said. Don't worry, Naru-chan, no one will even think about harming you in the village, Tsunade said. Especially when you consider you're the heir to 3 of the biggest clans in the elemental nations, best friends with the heir to the biggest clan in Konoha, and have a kill-happy Obasan and Itoko, Anko said. This coming from the same person who enjoys torturing people with snakes, Konan said. Naru-chan, you have nothing to worry about, we won't let nothing bad happen to you, Rin said. Hey, let's race the last one to the gate buys lunch, Kirei said. What, that's so childish, Riri said. Then she took off towards Konoha's gate. Cheater! Naruto yelled at the rest, vanished towards the gate. The adults just shook their heads. The 5 kids arrived at the gate at great speed, surprising the 3rd Hokage, Hiashi, Hanabi, Yugo, the council, and everyone else who stopped by the gate to see why the Hokage was there. I win, Haku cheered. No you didn't, I got here first, Naruto yelled. You both lost to me, Kirei said. All I know is no one was here when I arrived at the gate, Hinata said. You all lost. What took you so long to get here? Konan asked from the top of the wall with Rin, Tsunade, Shizune, Anko, Kurenai, Jiraiya, and Yugito, all who looked down at the kids and laughed. How did you get up there? I didn't even sense you pass me, Riri asked. That is a secret, Yugito said. Everyone who was there looked up at them. When did they get up there? Most of the shinobi thought. After everything settled down, Naruto looked at the 3rd. Hey Gigi, did you miss me? He asked loudly. The 3rd chuckled. Yes I did, Naruto, how have you been? He asked. I been great. Made some awesome friends, Naruto said. He then looked at the sky. So Gigi, how much trouble am I in? He asked. The Hokage was surprised by the question, as was everyone else, but he didn't show it. I have no clue what you're talking about, he said. For leaving like that 7 years ago, I'm sure the council flipped kunais, losing their scapegoat for when things go wrong, Naruto said. I assure you, Naruto, you are in no trouble. Actually, I'm happy you was able to leave when you did. It gave you the family you always wanted and I was unable to give you, the 3rd said. Naruto smiled at the 3rd. You was family enough, Gigi, he said. It got quiet for a minute until Hinata stepped up. Otusan, she said. Hiashi looked at her. From the look in his eyes she could tell he was happy to see her. Hinata, he simple said with a small smile. What the hell all these people for a bunch of worthless kids, I thought it was something important, they heard. Sasuke, shut up or I'll kick you again, they heard a female's voice say. Whatever Funu, just because you're the princess of the Uchiha don't mean you can beat me, Sasuke said. Funu already walked away from Sasuke and was ignoring him, looking at the new people. Sasuke was fuming at being ignored like that. Funu looked at each one, sizing them up and determining their level. As she looked at them, she nodded, knowing that they all would make great sparring partners, unlike a certain Uchiha who always followed her like a lost retarded puppy. Her eyes stopped on Naruto for longer than Kirei and Haku. She looked him up and down a few times before meeting his eyes. Bright blue met dark black. Naruto blushed and Funu smirked before turning her gaze to Hinata. As soon as their eyes met, sparks was flying at the tension between the two, as if they knew that the other was a rival or something. Everything around the two was blocked out and they started each other down. A leaf blow between them and they both vanished, surprising everyone. Hinata and Funu attacked each other at least Chunin speed. Neither had their dujutsu active and it was as if they was just testing each other out. They separated for only a second and attacked again, this time with their dujutsu active. Before they met each other, Naruto was in the middle of them. Each one of his hands held the wrist of Hinata and the fist of Funu. What the hell are you two fighting for? You just met, he asked in his seldom used serious voice. Neither answered as they just glared at each other. Then the temperature around them dropped and both was frozen in a block of ice by Haku. Well, that was a good show, but let's get on with our business, the third said. In the Hokage's office. Everyone was standing in the Hokage's office, and it was crowded. The Hokage looked around. Okay, first let's introduce the new people, he said. Haku, I'm from Kiri and have a bloodline that allows me to use Hyouten jutsus at will, she said. Kirei Kagaya, I can use my bloodline, she left it at that. Riri, was all she said. The third raised an eyebrow at her. She don't talk to people she don't know or consider her friend, Tsunade said. The third nodded and turned to Konan. Konan Uzumaki Imouto of Kushina and Obasan of Naruto, she said. He looked Rin for a minute before speaking. Nice to see you again, Rin. Now, since everyone already figured who I am, I will like to ask the kids to leave so that I can talk with the adults. You're free to do whatever as long as you don't cause any trouble, he said. Hinata, you should go see Hanabi, Hiyashi said before Hinata walked out the room. Well, I'll see you all later. I'm going to the Hyuga compound, Hinata said. Bye, Hina. I'm going to get some ramen, Naruto said. I guess I'll hang with Naruto since I don't know this village, Kirei said. At the ramen restaurant, Naruto, Kirei, Haku, and Riri walked into the ramen restaurant. Gigi, I hope you have a lot of ramen because I haven't had some good ramen in 7 years, Naruto said as soon as he walked into the building. Ayame looked at Naruto and tackled him into a hug. You have to tell me everything that happened. Who are your friends? Is it true you have an Obasan and an Itoko now? How strong did you become? Am I asking too many questions? She ripped off rapidly. Tuki laughed. Ayame, why not get off him before you ask questions, he said. By this time the 15-year-old was straddling Naruto. He was bright red from the position they was in. Kirei, Haku, and Riri giggled at him. Sorry Naruto, she said, getting up. I'll give 20 bowls of your best ramen, Naruto stated. The three girls looked at him. Are you serious? Haku asked. Oh, Naruto can eat some ramen, Tuki said, walking into the kitchen. Okay, now Naruto, tell me everything, Ayame said, sitting on the stool next to him. Well, first, my Obasan is named Konan. She is so awesome. I can't wait till you meet her. You are going to like her so much. Also, Tsunade of the Senins is my Itoko also, Naruto said. What Tsunade? Ayame yelled. Yup. Also, my Otusan is Minato Namikaze, who is the cousin of Tsunade, and my Kasan was Kushina Uzumaki. She was really beautiful. I have a picture of them. He then went on to tell her a very detailed description of everything that happened on his trip with Kirei and Haku, adding things. They was interrupted. Excuse me, can I order some food? They heard. Can't you see I'm busy learning everything my best friend went through the last 7 years? Ayame said, annoyed without looking at the person. Ayame, I think you should serve your costumers, Naruto said. Okay, fine. Ayame got off the stool and looked at the costumer. Oh, sorry, Suduru, I just haven't seen Naruto in 7 years. I missed him so much, she said. Suduru looked at Naruto and blushed slightly. He is cute, she thought. It's okay, Ayame. Can I have the normal? She asked. Okay, Dad, we need the regular for Suduru, Ayame yelled. What, Suduru is here now? With her and Naruto I'm going to be cooking all day, Tuki complained. Hey, they are our two biggest costumers and I know you don't want to lose their business, Ayame yelled back. She then sat back in front of Naruto so he could finish his story. By the time he was finished, the ramen was done and Ayame was squealing with delight from his story. That's so cool, Naruto, you're so lucky, she said, hugging him tightly. Once she let him go, Naruto dug into his ramen. He got down to his last bowl and heard another. He looked over at Suduru and saw her with 20 empty bowls of ramen. He finished his bowl. Another? He asked. Suduru looked and took this as a challenge. No one openly challenges a Akamichi like that, she thought, and ordered another. Naruto looked over. You're so on, he thought. He finished his bowl. Another, he ordered. Ayame, Kirei, Haku, and Riri just watched amazed and disgusted at the two scarfing down their 30th bowl of ramen. Hinata and Hanabi walked into the restaurant. Hinata introduced Hanabi to her friends, but Hanabi was more interested in the two scarfing down ramen. She just stared at them in awe as they had their eating competition. On the 35th bowl, Naruto couldn't eat any more and raised his hand in defeat. Suduru smiled. No one can beat an Akamichi in an eating competition. My Nisan is going to be so jealous when I tell him I won another competition, she said, boasting her latest victory. Once she was finished gloating, she turned to Naruto. Suduru Akamichi, she held her arm out. Naruto watched her gloat her victory in surprise. She wasn't big like the Akamichis he had seen. In fact, she had the body type that he guessed Tsunade had had when she was younger, curves in the right places, and she was thick but not fat. Naruto guessed if he was to hug her his hands would touch behind her back, if barely. She had the cutest red circles on her cheeks that he had ever seen, with long red hair, and she seemed to be a sweet and nurturing person. How can someone eat so much and still have a great figure like that, he thought when she spoke to him. He blinked. Naruto Uzumaki, he shook her hand lazily. Everyone but Naruto noticed how Suduru blushed when talking to Naruto. Suduru held his hand as long as possible until Hinata cleared her throat and pointed to her hand. Suduru let go of Naruto's hand with a blush and ran out the restaurant. First day of the academy. Hinata, Naruto, Haku, and Kirei walked into the assigned classroom and looked around. Immediately they recognized Funu, Sasuke, and Suduru. Looking around, they saw a pink-haired girl fawning over Sasuke who was brooding, but about what they didn't know or care. They saw someone who looked even lazier than Naruto, a chubby boy who looked like Suduru, a boy with an puppy on his head, a boy with glasses on and a coat, and finally a blonde girl who was taking notes. The instructor got their attention. Can you all introduce yourselves? He asked. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, he said, leaving out his full name. Hinata Hyuga, she said. Haku, just Haku, she said. Kirei Kagaya, she said. Well, can you all take a seat now so we can continue the lesson? Iruka asked. As they was walking, Suduru called out, Hey Naruto, come sit with us, I want you to meet my Nisan, she called out, waving her hand. Naruto walked over to her, the other followed. Hey, you're Naruto, my Imouto told me about you. I'm Choji, the boy said. Hey, you two look alike, Naruto said. We are twins. Choji is a few minutes older, Suduru said. Awesome, Naruto said. He then sat by Choji to get to know him so he would at least have one guy friend in the mix of all his female friends. The girls sat by Suduru. As soon as the lesson started, Naruto and Shikamaru fell asleep. Iruka threw two erasers up and hit the two boys in the head, waking them up. Don't sleep in my class, he yelled. Why not? I already know this stuff. Kasen and Itoko made us learn this stuff years ago, Naruto complained. This is troublesome, I already know this, Shikamaru said at the exact same time. Kasen Itoko, you're just a homeless orphan whose Kasen abandoned, Sakura yelled. Everyone looked at her. How would you know that, Sakura? Ino asked. Sakura scoffed. My Otusan tells me everything that happens in those boring council meeting, like how Naruto is the human form of, she was cut off. Naruto made some hand signs and an earth pillar came out the ground and knocked and held Sakura up against the wall. He had a look in his eyes that his best friends never saw before. He slowly stood up looking at the desk. I knew this would happen. It's damn idiots like you who make life hard for people like me. What did your Otusan tell you, Sakura, that I'm the Kyuubi reborn, or I'm the Kyuubi in his human form, which was it? He asked with no emotion but hate in his voice. He waited a few seconds. What, no answer? Well, I'll tell you why you can't answer. Because I'm neither. I'm Naruto, heir to the Uzumaki clan and Jinchuriki for Kyuubi no Kitsune, who was sealed in by the Yondaime. To save your Otusan, sorry. And what do I get for keeping bastards like you safe? Absolutely nothing but beating from the time I was 3. I have even had shinobis try and kill me because of something I had no say in, he said. Naruto wasn't the only one pissed though, as the temperature in the room dropped dramatically. Haku, Hinata, and Kirei all walked up to Sakura. We will only tell you this once, call our friend anything but his name and we will kill you, they said. Everyone else in the room was shocked at what they just learned. Funu had a small smile. Naruto, you and your friend are interesting. Maybe you all can give me the sparring partners I need to, she thought. An Anbu team appeared in the room. They looked at the Doden Jutsu and followed it up to Naruto. Not long Yugito and Konan appeared in the room. Naruto, Uzumaki, what the hell did I tell you when you left this morning? Konan scolded as she marched up to the boy, completely ignoring everyone else. But Kasen, he was cut off. Don't but Kasen me, because I don't want to hear it. I gave you specific instructions and you blatantly disregarded them, she said. But Konan, it. Hinata was cut off. Hinata, don't try and cover for him, Yugito said. Excuse me if I can, but what happened wasn't his fault. Tem's pink-haired fangirl was the one who spoke out of turn. She was the one who said he was a homeless orphan whose Kasen abandoned him. She was the one who called him the Kyuubi in human form instead of what he is, a kid just like the rest of us, Funu said. Konan did a U-turn and headed straight for the pink-haired girl. Yugito foresaw what was to happen, spoke. Naru, don't let what people say get to you. Just ignore them. Sakura, you're quickly digging your own grave. She then touched Konan's shoulder and vanished with the pissed Uzumaki before she could reach the academy student. Sasuke got over his shock and walked up to Naruto. Fight me, he said. Everyone turned and looked at him. Piss off, Uchiha, Naruto said. What's wrong? Scared I'll hit you back, Sasuke taunted. Naruto yawned loudly and laid his head back on his desk, imitating Shikamaru, and fell back asleep. Sasuke scoffed and went to his seat. A month later, Kakashi, Asuma, and Yugo was in the Hokage's office. Now I know you was told your teams already, but there is going to be a small change to them. I'm adding a member to each team. Yugo, your team will get Hinata. Kakashi, your team will get Naruto. Asuma, your team will get Haku. Guy's team already got Kirei, he said. Why not just put them on a new team? Kakashi asked. If it was just 3 I would, but since it's 4 I can't. This is the best solution, the third said. I have no problems with it. Hinata will fit in with my team perfectly, Yugo said. I agree, Asuma said. In the academy, Iruka was looking over the students. Well, congratulations on passing. Now listen for what team you will be on. He went through the teams. Once he got to Team 7, everyone started to pay attention. Team 7 will be Sasuke and Funu Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto sighed and laid his head back on the desk. Team 8 will be Suduru Akamichi, Shino Aburame, Hinata Hyuga, and Kiba Inuzuka. Suduru cheered for being on a team with someone she liked while hugging the smaller Hyuga girl. Team 10 will be Ino Yamanaka, Shoji Akamichi, Shikamaru Nara, and Haku. Shikamaru mumbled troublesome. Choji ate some chips and Ino looked at Haku and smiled. Kirei will be placed on Team 9, which is taught by Guy. He finished and left. Everyone watched him leave and started to leave for lunch. Funu saw Naruto sleeping and walked over to him and nudged him. Hey, wake up, she said. Naruto slowly woke up. What? He asked. Time for lunch, and if you're going to be on my team, we need to know a little about each other, she said. Naruto noticed the other teams doing the same. Okay, what do you want to know? He asked. I just need to know one thing. That you want bail when things get too hard on a mission or in a fight. I know for a fact I can't rely on Tem or his fangirl, and I'm willing to bet our sensei will treat Tem as if he is the best on the team, so I need to know I can rely on at least one person, she said. Naruto blinked at the straightforward question. No, I trained for the last 7 years to get to where I am. I'm not going to go running tail between my legs at the first sign of danger, he said. Good. I'm going to buy me something to eat. Our sensei is Kakashi. He will be late as hell, so come back at least 2 hours after lunch ends, she then shunshined away. Naruto got up and was called by Hinata. Come sit with us, she said. Naruto slowly walked over to them. Hey, he said, sitting down. Here, I made food for my team. There is extra. I have to start remembering everyone don't eat like Choji, who I usually cook lunch for, Suduru said. Thanks, I'm starving. Naruto grabbed the food and dug in. Hinata smacked him in the head. What? He asked with food in his mouth. You're being rude, she said. Oh, sorry, Suduru, this is really good. I have to start coming to you to cook my food. He then went back to his food. Suduru blushed at the compliment. 45 later, when the Kurenai and Asuma had left with their team, leaving only Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. Naruto got up and walked to the window and jumped out before the two was able to say or do anything that got on his nerves. He stuck his hands in his pockets and walked around the village. 2 hours later, Naruto was jumping through the window and saw Funu walk to her seat. As soon as he sat down, the door opened. A silver-haired Junin with his Hittite over his eye and was reading a perverted book, that was probably written by Jiraiya, Naruto guessed, walked into the room. He looked at them. My first impression, you all are worthless. Before he could say anything else, Naruto cut in. This coming from a Cyclops who is reading porn and 2 hours late to get his genins, he said. Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura looked at him. Funu was thinking the same thing about Kakashi. Naruto Uzumaki, you are even more worthless than you look. Get to the roof, Kakashi said, then puffed away. Naruto smirked and shunshined away in a swirl of wind and water. Funu shunshined in a burst of fire. Kakashi looked surprised when Naruto appeared in a swirl of wind and water, then Funu came in a burst of fire. Naruto sat on the step and started to daydream about eating ramen cooked, surprisingly by Suduru and not Tsuki. Eventually Sasuke and Sakura came to the roof. Good, now let's start with the introductions, Kakashi said. Sensei, why don't you go first to show us what you mean? Sakura asked. Kakashi shrugged. My name is Kakashi Hatake. I like many things, dislike many other things. I have a lot of hobbies, and my dream. He stopped. You next, Sakura, he said. My name is Sakura Haruno. I like. She looked at Sasuke. I dislike Naruto no Baka and Funu no Baka. I don't have any hobbies, and my dream is to. She looked at Sasuke and giggled. Funu rolled her eyes and sighed in a dramatic way. You next, Lady Uchiha, Kakashi said. I have a name and it's Funu. My likes is none of your damn business, neither is my dislikes. My hobbies are also none of your business. As for my dream, you will know when it happens if I decide to tell it to your perverted, Funu said, pissed off at how Kakashi addressed her. Naruto listened to her after ignoring both Kakashi and Sakura and smirked. Okay, Sasuke, you next, Kakashi said. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I don't have any likes, and a lot more dislikes. My hobbies are getting stronger. My dream, no, my ambition is to kill a certain man, he said. Kakashi nodded his approval. Naruto looked over. Ain't dream and ambition the same damn thing? He asked. Yes, Funu simple said. So that whole thing you said about an ambition was pointless, Naruto said. Just introduce yourself, Uzumaki, Kakashi said. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. He left it at that and looked up at the sky. Your likes, dislikes, hobbies, and dreams, Kakashi asked. Naruto shrugged. Why should I tell you? He asked. That's the point of this exercise, Kakashi said. Yet no one else told any of that stuff except the fangirl and the brooding bastard, Naruto said. Naruto, you will do what the exercise says or I will send you back to the academy, Kakashi said. Bullshit. You have no power over my career whatsoever, sensei, Naruto said. Your career, no, but I do have the power to send you back to the academy before it gets off the ground, Kakashi said. Try it, I'll even pay you $5 million if you can send me back to the academy, Naruto challenged. Okay, I want my money transferred to my account by the end of the week, Kakashi said. You say something, Naruto asked, turning his head from the sky and looked at Kakashi with a confused look that Funu couldn't help but laugh at. Kakashi glared. Just be prepared to pay me, he said, then was gone. Man, he sure likes to talk for someone who was 2 hours late, don't he? Naruto said. Funu walked over to the edge of the building. Uzumaki, you're a strange person, funny but strange, she then jumped off the edge. Naruto ran and followed her off the edge of the building, shocking both Sasuke and Sakura. They went to the edge to see if they was hurt and was surprised to only see Naruto running down the side of the building then vanish in a trace of paper that started to float over the village. Hinata was sitting with her team when she looked past Yugo into the sky. Hinata, what are you looking at? Yugo asked. Hinata pointed. Naru-kun, she said. What, I don't see anyone, Kiba said. Soon the paper floated down in front of Team 8 and stacked itself and slowly turned into Naruto. Sorry for the intrusion, but I was bored and I sensed Hina over here, he said. Don't worry Naruto, we are almost finished here, Yugo smiled. How did you do that? Kiba yelled. Naruto looked at him. Do what? He asked, then laid down and fell asleep. He sure does sleep a lot, Suduru said. Yes, it was a trait his cousin had, Hinata said. Yes, Kushina was almost as lazy as most Naras, great kunoichi but lazy as hell, Yugo said. 2 months later in the Hokage's office. Team 7 was standing in the Hokage's office. So Kakashi, are you ready for another mission? The third asked. Yup, what do you have? Kakashi asked. Well, we have painting a fence, picking weeds, helping an old lady buy groceries. Iruka was cut off. No, absolutely no way. Not anymore, I'm tired of doing chores that the Konohamaru Corps can do. The third raised an eyebrow at him, knowing his grandson. I'm a shinobi, I was trained to be a shinobi and I will die being a shinobi. I'm not a carpenter, a painter, a gardener, or anything else like that. My entire family was and always will be shinobi, so these chores you pass off as missions Iruka sensei does not helps me in my development in any way and I will not take it any longer. If I have to, I will go to Itoko Su-chan and complain to her, and we all know what she will do because you are preventing us from doing things that shinobi are supposed to do. I didn't come back here to be locked up in this village doing lazy civilians' yard work. I want a real mission and I want one now, damn it. And I'm sure that Funu agree that we are doing nothing but wasting time. We could be training or hanging with people we actually like, Naruto ranted. I agree with him. This stuff you pass as missions is a disgrace to our ancestors. I'm sure when my great-grandfather teamed up with the Senju clan to create this village, they didn't do it so as their pride and joy can sit around doing people's house chores. I mean, for Tem and in his pink shadow they are teaching them hard work. But for people who actually take being a kunoichi or shinobi seriously, this crap you're giving us makes me want to leave and join another village, Funu said. The third nodded his understanding. I would like to thank you both for stating your argument in a professional way instead of the loud and rather confusing way that Kiba did, but I will look through the missions and see if we have anything on your level that involve you leaving the village, he said. Naruto and Funu smiled. Hokage-sama, are you sure they can handle anything outside this village? Iruka asked. Iruka, Naruto spent most of his life outside the village. Not to mention both Funu and Naruto can take the Chunin exam now and pass, possibly even the Junin exams also, and Naruto was trained by 2 senins plus Konan Uzumaki, Rin, Shizune, Anko, Kurenai, and Yugito, all elite Junins, and Funu is a direct descendant of Madara and her skills shows it activating and mastering the Sharingan by the age of 7, and she is years ahead of where Itachi was at this point even if her rank doesn't show it, the third said. Iruka nodded and went through the files. Well, there is a guarding mission in Nami no Kuni. A bridge builder requested the mission, he said. The third nodded. You can come in, he announced. An old drunk came into the room. Here is the team you paid for, the third told him. What I paid for shinobis are kunoichis, not barely potty-trained kids, the man said in a drunk slur. Naruto leaned towards Funu, who was the only person on his team he would willingly talk to. What's worse, a one-eyed pervert that's chronically late or an old drunk trying to build a bridge, he whispered loudly. Funu and the third laughed a little. It depends on which I would have to deal with, because the drunk would be easy to lose and I can go on about my day, she whispered back loudly. I agree, plus we don't risk the one-eyed pervert trying to peep on us, he replied. Naruto and Funu, you will show respect to your elders, Iruka yelled, bopping both on the head. Itai, what was that for scar face? Naruto asked. Naruto no baka, shut up, you're annoying Sasuke-kun, Sakura yelled. Naruto blinked. Who is Sasuke? Oh wait, Tem's name is Sasuke, he asked. You leave tomorrow at noon from the main gate, the third said, dismissing them. The next day at the gate, Naruto walked to the gate and saw Funu walking there also. Don't you and Tem live together? He asked her. We share an apartment, but I try and stay away from him. I don't want to catch his, I'm an asshole, disease, Funu replied. Naruto laughed. You're funny when you open up to people, he said. Funu shrugged. I only open up to people who have earned my respect, she said. So you don't respect Hina? Naruto asked. She looked at him. Respect have nothing to do with that. She has amazing skills. She is someone who I can have as a rival to help me grow stronger, she said. Naruto nodded. I wish I had someone like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the girls are plenty strong, but it's hard to have a rivalry with them because we are so close, he said. Don't worry, you will find the perfect one soon enough, Funu said. Kakashi walked up with Tazuna, Sasuke, and Sakura. Naruto looked at Kakashi, then at Funu and back. He then grabbed his heart. Oh no, the world is coming to an end. He is on time, he said in a dramatic way while falling back as if having a heart attack. Tazuna and Funu laughed. The other three scoffed at him. Let's go, we don't want to fall behind, Kakashi said. Too late to try and turn over a new leaf, you're already way behind on the time thing. I'm willing to bet you was late for your own birth, Naruto commented. Uzumaki, shut up, Kakashi said. What, crawled in his house and changed his porn out with gay porn? Naruto whispered to Funu, who laughed hard because Naruto told her about the prank him and the Konohamaru Corps pulled last night. They was walking and Naruto finally stopped cracking jokes about his team and was quiet. They passed a puddle that Naruto and Funu immediately knew meant trouble. Naruto slowly bit his finger while Funu readied her bow staff. As soon as the two came out of the puddle, they had their weapons in hand. Naruto had his gunblade coming in a downward arch while Funu brought her bow staff in an upward arch at the two. The two brothers jumped to the side and the weapons connected with the chain holding their weapon together and it broke. Naruto was about to bring his gunblade back on the one closest to him, but Sasuke ran in front of him with a kunai and stabbed the demon brother in the stomach. Naruto looked over at Funu and saw Shiwa watching them with her enemy on the ground disarmed and her staff to his neck, she smiling at him. Kakashi came out from the trees. Good job, Lady Uchiha and Sasuke, I would expect no less from two Uchihas, he said. Yes, just give my hard work to the brooding asshole, why don't you? Naruto mumbled under his breath. Kakashi turned to Tazuna. Is there something you're not telling us? He asked. Not that I know of, Tazuna said. Then why was those two attacking you? Kakashi asked. Tazuna told them about Gato. You lied and could have resulted in Sasuke's, Funu's, or Sakura's death. Kakashi was cut off. What, am I invisible here? Naruto asked. Like I was saying, you holding information from us could have resulted in the deaths of these kids. Would you have wanted that on your soul? Kakashi asked. Apparently his villages and family safety was more important, Naruto said as if it was obvious. And the fact that he tried to refuse us from coming should have told you something was up, Funu said. Anyway, this mission is AB ranked and they are only a genin, Kakashi said. Yay in rank, But that's not the important, it's level that's important, and Jiraiya himself told me that I'm a level C shinobi, and I am willing to bet that Funu is also at least a level C kunoichi, while the demon brothers are also level C, so by that information we can do this mission, Naruto stated logically. I can't risk those three dying on this mission, Kakashi said. And I don't care what you can risk or can't risk, I'm still going on this mission rather you like it or not, Naruto said. You are not going nowhere but back to the village, Kakashi said. Naruto bit his thumb again. Summoning no jutsu, he summoned a medium-sized messenger dragon. Can you find Jiraiya and bring him here? He asked. The dragon flew off. Everyone looked surprised at him knowing the summoning jutsu, and summoning a dragon no less. 10 minutes later the dragon returned with Jiraiya on its back. Gaki, this better be important, I was in the middle of research for my next book, he said. Naruto rolled his eyes. Sensei here don't believe that you told me that I'm a C-level shinobi and is determined that he can't risk Tem, Funu and Flat Chest dying, while not even worried about my own safety on a mission that we clearly are capable of doing, he said. Jiraiya looked at Kakashi. Are you saying that I don't know what I'm talking about when I train someone? I, the one who trained the Yondaime, who by the way trained you. Are you suggesting that I would lie to a shinobi on what level they are? And more importantly, Kakashi, if I find out you're playing favorites with your genins, you will have more problems than you and your constant copying others' jutsus can handle, he said. No, Jiraiya-sama, I'm not playing favorites, and I just said that the council would be disappointed if something happened to them, Kakashi said quickly.